Hello viewers, subscribers, it's me Paul again, and I'm going to show you behind the scenes of how to get this Princess Bouncy Castle down. So as you can see, I've got it on, as you can see, there we go. Now I'm about to show you how to do this by yourself, so let me put the camera down there for a second. Okay, let me just put it down. So what I've done is I've just deflated it with the blower tube, so I just leave it like that for a few seconds. I'm going to go around the back. I'll try and get some good lighting on this time. Right, I'll go over here so you can just about see it. Okay, let me just put the camera there. Now first of all I'm going to take off the blower tube. So I'm just going to untangle this. Just going to undo the strap, let the air come out, okay. And then over here is the deflation tube, and then just quickly take that off, move that rope out of the way, and then just open both of them at the same time. There we go. And then hopefully that will start to deflate. There we go. Feel the air coming in, coming out. Then what you want to do is basically tread on the whole thing. So let me move the camera a little bit. So as that's open, I'm just going to deflate it. I'm just going to quickly do it. So this is behind the scenes of how to actually deflate the whole thing. But if you've got other people, you can just get them to roll on it, deflate it, and then just stretch that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just tread on it. So that's your deflation tube here, and your blower tube is just there. Make sure all the air is out first, otherwise you can't fold it down. Make sure the flaps are open. So that's the deflation tube just there. Now you should have something looking like that. So make sure those two are open. You should have it flat as a pancake, as like this. There we go. Just put the camera down. There you go. Sorry if you can't see that. There we go. And just keep treading on it. Make sure all the air's come out. Otherwise you never get it back rolled up. Then you see the sides on the left and right, you just got to deflate that. And then do the back. Just go over it a couple of times. And then just Okay, so once that's all done, I'm then gonna fold this down. I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, you start from your left to your right. So just gonna put it there. Hang on. Sorry about the camera's a bit wonky there. Okay. And then what you want to do is have both walls in the middle, so make it half and half. Just by like doing this. Make sure I've got half green, half yellow. Make sure the step is lined up. Make sure it's straight. And then just give it a good hold in. As long as the deflation tube is open and the lower tube as well. That's one half of it. Should end up something looking like that. There we go. There we go. Should have something looking like that. One giant sausage. And just make sure it's all flattened and straight. Let's go backwards. There we go. Just make sure your deflation tube is open and your lower tube is open. And then the next one you're going to do is the other half on the opposite side. Okay, so it's this side. Just do exactly the same what I just did there. But this time I'm going to do it the opposite way. Sorry. There we go. Just put it there. And then you meet in the middle. You've got the handles on the side of it as well. This can help you. So you grab these just to help. Just plug it. And then just clean this bit up. And then just give it a good straighten out. And here. So you should end up with something looking like this. There we go. Just make sure they all meet. Just about there. There we go. That's what it should look like. Next, I'm just going to tread on it to deflate this plastic. Just going to push the camera back. There we go, just hold the camera there for a second. So before you fold it, always tread on it. And if you've missed a gap, just bring it a little bit forward. You can do it with one or two people as well. And make sure that the deflation tube and the blower tube are open. So you should have something looking like this. There we go. That's what it should look like. Just make sure it's nice and flat. There we go. And then make sure you roll it on a tight bond. But on the last bit, just make sure you put these in last. There we go. Just go around here. So make sure those are open all the time. Now I'm going to show you how to actually roll it. So start with a step. Make sure the step is actually out of the castle, which is here. Sorry about the direct sunlight. And then you want to grab it, make it tight as possible, and then just start rolling. You can have people on it as well, will be easier. I'm just going to do it by myself. And then when you get to here, you want to be deflating it just by treading on it. So let me get a little table so you can see what I'm doing. So all you do is you start the roll first. There we go. Sorry about the direct sunlight, sorry. Just put it that way so you can just about see it. Sorry about the camera. And then just gently tread on it. So you can have one person rolling and one person treading on it like this. Just do it step by step. Or you can just punch it down. This will take roughly about 10, 15, 20 minutes to do. And make sure you put your knees against the castle, otherwise it will just unroll itself. There we go. Make sure the castle's nice and straight when you're doing it. I'm doing this by myself, so it can be complicated. There we go. Should have something looking like that. And then all you got to do is just keep rolling. Just make sure the castle's nice and straight. And then just keep going. So it would help if you had 2 or 3 people doing this. But yeah, it's not easy for some people, but you can do it. And then when you get to this stage, you're going to get to the other side. So when you get to near this, you just want to fold these 2 in. Just going to fold in the blower tube. Then your deflation tube just here, I'll just tuck it in. And just give it a quick rinsing. And then just roll it. Should end up with something looking like that. There we go. Let me move the camera. And voila. There we go. So that's how I got it. As you can see, Princess. And this is the 12 by 12 pineapple leisure. There we go. So you can't see that. If you put the camera there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cable in, or straps. Oh, sorry. So what I mainly do, I'm just going to get this off. Then you want to meet the straps in the middle of the whole castle. So you might have to lift it up one end and just get this just to tie it up first. just to stabilise it so it doesn't come loose when you start it. And then just do that. What you want to do is just make sure this is nice and tight before you do the other strap. There we go. So as you can see, I've just got it on the deflation tube and lower tube there, but you want to make sure it's in the middle, otherwise you can't get the strap on. Just like that, and then you want to get the next strap on, which is a ratchet or whatever you've got. I'm just going to put this camera on top of the blower tube. On top of the blower. Let me just put it. Sorry. There we go. Sorry, let me just. There we go. Now I'm going to put the next strap on. I've got a ratchet here, just make sure it's nice and straight. Same again. Lift it up, make sure it's underneath this pink bit, meet in the middle. And then just twist that over. Put that, feed it through. Just feed it that way. And just do this. Not too much, otherwise it will not sit in its position. Then all I'm going to do is stand it up. Should have something looking like that. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure that middle bit is in. You can make it a bit loose if you want, but this is the quickest way I'm going to do it. And then this, you can just bring it forward a little bit. Make sure it's there, because you can do more than one strap if you want. And just give it a little ratchet, not too tight. You should end up something looking like that. Sorry if you can't see the camera. There we go. That's how it looks. There we go. And make sure it's tucked up nice and small, like I've done there. What I'm going to do now is trying to get this in the shed now. That's the next challenge, to try and get it in there. Now I'm just going to bring the camera forward. Sorry if you can't see. There we go. Little ants everywhere. Right, let's get this back in. Even broken nail as well. There we go. So I'm just going to tuck it in like that. I'm just going to put the blower in there in a second. So the next thing is this. So before I pack this away, there are a couple of things you need to do. First of all, I'm going to unplug it. Bring the cable over. Watch this cable as well. So you got this strap. Put it back on. Make sure you tie it in. Yeah, split a nail. See, I split a nail for that. Just make sure I don't grab that cable. Just do this quickly so you don't lose it. Then you want this cable. Make sure there's no knots in it. So this will roughly take you about 20 minutes or so, viewers, subscribers. Then just put this cable back on, like that. There we go, just make sure that tube has not got any debris in it. What I'm going to do now is put that in the shed now. So let me take that to the shed. You always lift like that. Now I'm just going to put it in the shed. Let's just put the camera down. Stay there for a second. And for any plastic you've got, you can always use your old tent material. Put that on there. And then the next thing is to do your plastic, which is here. So I'm just going to quickly fold the plastic. And then all I do is I can quickly roll it. You can even fold it to do the job quicker. Now I'll just whack that in the shed. And then the next one I'm going to just do this plastic here. This is a circular swimming pool plastic, so I'll use it for this. Stretch it out. And then it should all be here. And then when you're done, I should have something looking like that. There we go. So that's the Bouncy Castle, the Princess Pineapple Leisure. There it is. The blower there, plus your spare plastic. And that's all you need to do this by yourself behind the scenes. So there you go, subscribers, viewers. That's how I did it behind the scenes of how to actually set it up and to get it up, get it down, and do all the other videos you've seen. So if If you've got any other questions, feel free to like, subscribe, make a comment, and I will see you all soon for another video. So I'll be starting the events very soon, probably one next month on the Family Fun Day at Ensign Valley. So I'll be looking forward to that on the 17th and the 21st of April. So that's going to be on in Milton Keynes at Ensign Valley for 3 days. So I'll look out for that. So yeah, I'll see you all soon. Like, subscribe, make a comment and subscribe. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'm signing off. I'll see you soon.